Hello and welcome, little scientists, to another episode of Stay at Home Science, brought to you by the South Brunswick Public Library. I'm Allyee, and today we'll be creating Alka-Seltzer rockets. First, we'll need to gather our supplies. We'll be needing water, safety goggles, effervescent tablets, like Alka-Seltzer tablets, a film canister, and, as always, don't forget to grab a grown-up. Now, the hardest part about this experiment is going to be finding a film canister. They're pretty hard to find nowadays. I was able to find these just in my house, but they are easily found online if you're looking for them. You can also try this experiment with any kind of small container around the same kind of size with a pop lid. That's the important part. You can't use a screw-on lid, just something that fits securely onto your container and pops off. I've also seen people do this experiment with those plastic Easter eggs that come apart in the middle, the ones without the holes on the bottom. You can try any kind of container you can find, experiment with it. To get started, the first thing you'll need to do is optional, but if you'd like, you can decorate your film canister so it resembles a rocket. This is to add some fun to it. Before we get started, I'm actually going to show you a little bit of the science behind why this is going to work. So when we add Alka-Seltzer tablets to water, so this is just clean water, you're activating a chemical reaction. These Alka-Seltzer tablets are made up of citric acid, which is a weak acid, and sodium bicarbonate, which is baking soda, which we know is a base. So when they combine into the water, they create a reaction that creates tons of bubbles, and those bubbles are carbon dioxide gas. The bubbles are the key to this experiment. Imagine this chemical reaction inside this foam canister. That's what's going to help to pop this into the air like a rocket. These bubbles, when they are in the film canister, create enough pressure to pop off the lid. And that's what we're going to test right now. So we'll grab our film canister, and before you do anything, you have to make sure that you're asking a grown-up for permission and being safe. So I'm going to put on my safety goggles, or you can put on any kind of eyewear like glasses, and we are going to fill up our film canister. So what's great about this experiment is that it's really easy to do. You can repeat it multiple times, which is kind of the point. You can test out how much of the Alka-Seltzer tablet you need, how much of the water you need, and that's what we'll be doing today. I also recommend doing this outside if you can, or in a large open space that's easy to clean up, because the water will go everywhere. So just warning you. Alright, so like I said, you can use any kind of measurement. I'm going to do one whole Alka-Seltzer tablet, and I filled up the canister with the water almost all the way to the top. Now, the next part you're going to have to do pretty quickly, and I'm going to recommend that you place this canister away from your face or away from anybody else's face. So you're going to put this into the lid, and then you're going to pop the lid on and make sure it's secure, and then wait. I'm just going to back up. So it might take 5 to 10 seconds. Alright, with that one you saw that the lid actually didn't pop all the way off. And this didn't really pop in the air. It just kind of popped half off. And why is that? Well, it probably didn't have enough room to create enough of those carbon dioxide gas bubbles. So, let's try this again. I'm actually going to use less water. And what's left in the film canister, which is about right here, is how much I'm going to use. And I'm going to continue with this little piece, adding just another little piece to it. And we'll try this again. Make sure you have a secure lid and wait 5 to 10 seconds. That time we got a really big explosion. You see why I told you guys to try this one out outside, because the foam canister is going to go really far depending on how much gas buildup we get. And it's also going to create a big mess. So that was definitely better than the first time. So what did we change? Well, we changed how much water we put in the foam canister, and that created more volume for the gas bubbles to build up. Ease off for a second. So when you fill your film canister up with lots of water, you're not allowing enough space for the gas bubbles to build up. Instead, we're only going to get this much space of gas bubbles, and it's not going to have enough power to actually pop off the lid and send the foam canister into the air. So that's why when you do just a little bit of water, we get a much bigger reaction. So we'll clean up and we'll do it again. Alright, next I'm going to try out my one that's decorated like a rocket. So the first time we did it, we filled the canister up almost all the way to the top. The second time we did it, we filled it almost with just a splash of water, kind of right here. This time I'm gonna fill it halfway. And like I said, you can play around with the measurements. Just make sure you have a grown-up with you. And remember to be safe, so I'm gonna put back my safety goggles. There we go. And I'm taking almost a full tablet. Got a little broken, but that's okay. And we'll take it, put it right there. And then I close it. And remember, you do have a little time before it starts. Oh! Alright, so this time we got the same reaction where it kind of half popped off. As you can see, my rocket kind of disintegrated with all the water. And that'll happen, but that's part of the fun. So we're going to do this experiment a few more times. Grab another half. And we'll do a little less water. So, about here. We'll place our Alka-Seltzer tablet, again, around half. Push down to secure, and then place the lid on the bottom. That one definitely got a good reaction. Now, this time, we'll see what happens when we use more Alka-Seltzer. So we'll do half water, and we're gonna do almost one full tablet. So take your lid, pop it, the more gas that is built up, the more pressure is built up, and that pressure needs to escape. So it finds the weakest point of the foam canister, which is the lid, and comes out of that end. This rocket experiment is a great example of Newton's third law of motion, which is that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. The action in this case is the gas rushing out of one end of the foam canister. This causes your rocket to move in the opposite direction, which is the reaction. Alright, little scientists, thanks so much for watching this episode of Stay at Home Science. I hope you guys create these rockets at home and you do them outside so you won't have to worry about cleaning up a big mess, and you can see how far your rockets can go up. If you do this, please send us a picture. We'd love to see it. You can send it to my email or tag us on social media. And don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and follow us on South Brunswick Public Library's Facebook page for more fun activities. Until next time, bye!